Top 10 Best Things to Do in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States, is a city brimming with history, culture, and endless opportunities for exploration. From iconic landmarks to world-class museums, there's no shortage of remarkable experiences awaiting you. In this video, we'll unveil the top 10 best things to do in Washington, D.C., showcasing the heart of American democracy, the beauty of art and nature, and the vibrant tapestry of this dynamic city. Whether you're a history buff, an art enthusiast, or a nature lover, there's something for everyone in the nation's capital. Let's dive into the captivating world of Washington, D.C. Number 10. Explore the Tidal Basin. If you've never been to Washington, D.C. before, you should visit the Tidal Basin. It's a big pond surrounded by a 2.1-mile walking path. They made it to use the tides from the Potomac River to clean the Washington Channel and keep the water levels steady in the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pools. Now it's a beautiful place that's near some of DC's most famous spots. In the spring, the tidal basin is full of cherry blossom trees that were a gift from Tokyo. They bloom with pink and white flowers and lots of people come to see them. You can walk around the pond, but some visitors say it's fun to rent a paddle boat. Even if you can't visit during cherry blossom season, you should still see the three big memorials along the tidal basin. There's the Thomas Jefferson Memorial, the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial, and the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Number 9. Take a complete tour of the White House and the Washington Monument. Even if you're only in town for a short visit, you should definitely go see the Washington Monument and the White House when you're in Washington, D.C. The White House has served as the residence of every U.S. president since John Adams in 1800, earning its reputation as the most renowned house in America. It's worth noting that some visitors are surprised by its smaller size compared to their expectations, so be prepared for that observation. The White House is not far from the McPherson Square, Metro Center, and Federal Triangle Metro stops on the blue, silver, and orange lines. You can also get there by taking the Red Line to Metro Center. Many of the city's best guided tours include stops at the Washington Monument and the White House, and some of the best bus tours do too. Number 8. Get insights of history at Lincoln Memorial. The Lincoln Memorial is one of the many important monuments in this district, and it's a favorite among travelers because of the giant statue of Honest Abe. If you're into history, you can read two of Lincoln's famous speeches, the Second Inaugural Address and the Gettysburg Address, which are carved on the walls. If you like art and architecture, you'll appreciate the impressive design of the building by Henry Bacon, with 38 tall columns, 36 of them representing the states during Lincoln's time. Number 7. Take a walking tour at Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. This big granite memorial is on the northwest side of the tidal basin. It honors Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a famous civil rights leader. The memorial is special because it's located at 1964 Independence Avenue, which reminds us of the year the Civil Rights Act of 1964 became a law. The design of the memorial shows Dr. King coming out of a mountain of despair, which is a reference to his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. This memorial opened in 2011, and it's one of the newest memorials in the district. It's also the first memorial on the National Mall that's dedicated to an African American. The memorial is close to other important memorials and monuments like the Korean War Veterans Memorial and the World War II Memorial, so it's easy to get to. Number 6. Get a history lesson at John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. Many travelers really suggest going to the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. It was built and named after President John F. Kennedy, who was very popular. The Kennedy Center is where the National Symphony Orchestra and the Washington National Opera perform. They also have many dance, theater, and music shows all year. Sometimes tickets can cost a lot, but you can watch a show for free on the Millennium Stage. Number 5. Enjoy at the Planet Word. Planet Word is the world's first museum where you can use your voice to explore language. It's like a fun place with lots of things to do and learn. You can see cool exhibits and play with words on 3 different floors. These exhibits talk about how we learn and speak, where words come from, all the different languages in the world, famous speeches you can try, songs you can sing like a karaoke star, funny jokes, and how advertising uses words to convince people to buy things. There's also a library and places where you can listen to people talk about the power of words or record your own story. In Lexicon Lane, you can solve word puzzles using clues hidden in the room. This museum opened in 2020, and it even has a restaurant and a shop where you can buy gifts. Number 4. Get mesmerized by the National Portrait Gallery and the Smithsonian American Art Museum. The National Portrait Gallery has pictures of all the past presidents. You can look at these pictures and remember the political leaders as you walk through the portrait hall. But it's not just presidential pictures there. The gallery also has art of famous Americans like athletes and civil rights leaders. The gallery shares the building with the Smithsonian American Art Museum, which has changing exhibitions. In the past, they've shown art related to the Vietnam War, glasswork, and work by Native women artists. There's also a separate part of the museum called the Renwick Gallery, which focuses on modern craft and decorative arts. Number 3. Adore the animals at Smithsonian's National Zoo and Conservation Biology Institute. More than 1,800 animals live at the Smithsonian's National Zoo, which covers a big area. These animals include Asian elephants, cheetahs, and sea lions. In 2022, the zoo marked 50 years of having giant pandas, which people really like. If you plan to visit, make sure to see these famous animals because they'll only be here until early December 2023, when they'll go back to China. As you walk around, look up once in a while under the orangutan transport system, known as the O-Line. You might see orangutans swinging on cables between tall steel towers. If you're more interested in animals from South America, go to the Amazonia exhibit. There you can see creatures like titi monkeys and various types of frogs. The Great Cats exhibit has Sumatran tigers and African lions, along with other big cats. The zoo also has a playground and other things for kids to enjoy. Number 2. Visit the Freer Gallery of Art and Arthur M. Sackler Gallery. The Freer Gallery of Art and the Arthur M. Sackler Gallery together make up the Smithsonian National Museum of Asian Art. The Freer Gallery, which started in 1923, has American paintings from the late 19th century aesthetic movement, along with art from China, Egypt, India, Japan, Korea, and the Islamic world. The Sackler Gallery, located in a nearby building since 1987, has Thai earthenware, a Tibetan Buddhist shrine, Iranian artifacts, and changing exhibits. And number 1, catch a live performance at the 930 Club. The 930 Club is considered one of the best places to watch live music in the United States. It started gaining praise when it opened in 1980. It has hosted famous bands like Nirvana, R.E.M., Red Hot Chili Peppers, Fugazi, and Public Enemy. Even though the 930 Club has moved and grown over the years, it's still small and cozy. It's located near the busy U Street area, so you have plenty of spaces to eat before or after a show, like Ben's Chili Bowl, which is just a few blocks away. Alternatively, you can grab quesadillas, nachos, or tacos at the club. All in all, Washington, D.C. is a city brimming with captivating experiences for every visitor. Whether you're a history buff, a foodie, or an art enthusiast, the nation's capital offers a diverse range of activities. We hope this list of the top 10 best things to do in Washington, D.C. has been a helpful guide for planning your visit. If you've been to any of these places or have more recommendations, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our community for more travel inspiration.